Today's budget is set to be the leanest in a decade, with the government all but halving its operating allowance, the money it has available to spend, from $2.4 billion to $1.3 billion. Finance Minister Nicola Willis says the cuts reflect weaker than expected growth due to global economic uncertainty, caused by factors like President Trump's tariffs and his trade war with China. So, with that in mind, let's see how that smaller than expected budget pie has been divvied up so far. Well, the health sector will need $1.22 billion to keep operating in 2026. That was signalled last year in the mid-year update and as part of long-term funding commitments for the health sector. But with an ageing population and ever-increasing cost pressures for the health system, health spending is set to continue to rise. Rail, meanwhile, is getting more than $600 million. $461 million of that will be used to upgrade the national freight rail network, funding that Transport Minister Chris Bishop calls overdue and critical. To compete with the likes of Canada, Australia and the UK, countries which provide generous film production incentives, the government will tip $577 million into film and television production here over the next 4 years. It's also committing, on average, $194 million a year to increase compensation payments and provide faster, more easily accessible support to survivors of abuse in state care. As part of the government's social investment strategy, $190 million will go towards a social investment fund. Now, that will invest in at least 20 social service initiatives over the next year. After last year's budget failed to include funding for promised cancer medications, the government made a post-budget promise that the 13 treatments would be funded this year. The cost, $151 million per year. And in a series of pre-budget announcements for education, $17.5 million was promised to teachers so they won't need to pay for their own registration fees. $25 million will help teach maths, and $35 million will deliver a new national attendance service targeting truancy. All up, that's $77.5 million of spending on education. So that is what has been announced so far, $3 billion of spending. Some of it, of course, spread over several years. The big question remains, what cuts or ideas will the government come up with to stay within its own spending guardrails? Nicola Willis has made it clear this will not be a lolly-scramble budget, but just how sweet or sour it is will be revealed from 2 o'clock this afternoon.